Is this video for sailing and entertainment purposes only? You're dang skippy it is.
What advice would you give Amber's future girlfriend? Simple. Just don't go there. She would use washcloths to wipe. She would set them on the corner of the sink, and then she would throw them away. Our roommates started to notice that their late mother's washcloths were disappearing. And they confronted her about it, and she wanted me to lie to them for her, but I didn't. Buying more washcloths for herself, and instead of throwing them away, she had me wash them in the sink and then put them in the washer. And in between the bucket baths, she just didn't shower.
Lynn did not shower the whole time.
Hello everybody. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at part 2 of Destiny and Beck exposing Amber Lynn and exposing her text messages. So for part 1, it's going to be linked down below. Please go sub to Beck and Destiny, and I will link their collab video down below. So this is a video where, you know, and the video that I'm going to be discussing here today is where like Beck and Destiny spill a bunch of tea and look at Amber's text messages. But this really disturbed me. I talk about this in the middle of the video, so I want to grab your attention right now and talk to you about this. On March 20th, 2017, Amber says, quote, "I was trying to do the trash and Rarity got out. She was outside for like 20 minutes in the pitch dark. I ended up getting her, but it's impossible to do the trash by yourself, so I didn't get it done. If it was just one bag, I could do it, but it's like 12 and I'm super overwhelmed. I don't care about the bags or your trash. You make enough money to do have somebody do things for you. That's not even the point." And she was making good money in 2017, not as well as later, but here's the thing. So do you see like the problem here? The problem is, so if you don't know, Amber Lynn's cat Rarity, her beloved supposed best friend, ran away in Wisconsin when she was at her current ex's house. And Amber said that she left the door open for 20 minutes, but she had lost Rarity once before. Did she talk about it? I think she decided to leave that little nugget morsel from, you know, away from her audience. So I think it's highly suspicious that every time Rarity ran away from Amber, it was for 20 minutes. This is a very specific number, and I think that she's lying. This is ominous and scary, and it's highly suspicious that every time Rarity ran away from Amber, it was for 20 minutes. This is a very specific number, and I think that she's lying. This is ominous and scary, and I wanted to draw your attention to it. So we're going to get into all of Amber's like DMs and text messages. Like this text message really upset me because I didn't know, like I think a lot of you didn't know, that Rarity had ran away allegedly from Amber before. And it's always a 20-minute mark, isn't it, Amber? She ran away for 20 minutes in March 2017. Oh, but in 2024, I left the door open for 20 minutes. How does Amber know it's 20 minutes? Did she time it? I think there's very ominous situations going on here. Plus, if you don't know, I'm going to keep talking about this. I talked about this the other day. In Amber's members only stream, she said she's done showing her animals. Why? That's ominous. Anyway, so we're going to get into everything. If you want to buy a washcloth, here's my affiliate link to try to lighten the mood here, but I don't know. Moving right along, everything I'm saying is just for entertainment purposes only. Nothing is meant to be taken seriously whatsoever. I'm sharing opinions, not facts, and publicly accessible information, first made public by public figures. Please don't go to these people's channels and leave spirited, negative, disparaging comments. Entertainment purposes only.
Wasn't in the mood to talk to her. I wasn't feeling that way. We weren't dating, but she felt like because we were talking that she needed to talk to me all the freaking time when I wasn't working. She said, "Be honest, okay? And don't try to spare my feelings, LOL." And I said, "Okay." She said, "Do you have any sort of feelings for me yet?" Oh my God. I was like, "I enjoy talking to you a lot, but if you mean like falling in love, then no, not yet." But that would come after dates and spending time together, not just phone convos or texts.
My God. So these are text messages when Amber now has met Beck, right? So the Destiny drama is over, and now we're looking at text messages when Amber has met Beck. And Amber has enough audacity to message the new person she's seeing and asks Beck, "Do you have feelings for me yet?" This is not at all how people behave in relationships. You know why she was asking that, right? Because she needs to quickly get into a relationship ASAP and move in and have somebody take care of her. Here's the thing, Amber. When you are dating somebody and it's an authentic romantic relationship, these things, they just happen naturally. People just get feelings for each other. And a lot of the time they express these feelings to one another, but not because one person asks another person, so, do you have feelings for me yet? Like, you had just met them. And just in general, I just wanted to say, like, you can see that, that thing that I always joke around about, but people don't, well, people think like it's really funny, or they don't. People don't think it's really funny, actually. But the reality is that she's not looking for the one, she's looking for the one to take her to Target. If this doesn't prove it to you, I don't know what will. Like, yeah, she was looking for somebody to quote unquote have feelings for, to ASAP get into a relationship, to stick it to Destiny. Like, oh, you dumped me for Dana, but now I have a partner. Like, she's not looking for the one. She's not looking for the one to love, or like, she just needs a warm body. I've said that for a long time, and here's your text proof. She just needs anybody to claim her publicly, claim her privately, claim her in any way so she could live with them. And the thing is that what the chef's kiss about this whole thing to me is that Amber pulled out all these receipts on Beck, and she pulled out all these text messages, right? But guess Beck and Destiny got a whole bunch of receipts about you. How about you like that, Kermit? I don't know what that meant. I just, just felt right in the moment to say it.
She's like, no, I don't mean falling in love. Yes, she did. But okay, I was just wondering. And I'm like, if you mean, do I like you? Then yes, I do. I don't want you to talk to anybody else. I'm like, what are you trying to see so you can move on to somebody already? Like, we're just hanging out. We literally just started talking. I think this had to have been like within
It
the
was
first.
it was before y'all physically met.
Yeah, it was before we physically met.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. I thought it had just met. It was before Beck and Amber had physically met, and Amber was asking Beck, oh, do you already have feelings for me? How would that happen, Amby? Can I call you Pookie? How would that happen? Amber, realistically, I could tell that you have not had your mom talk to you about this, my opinion, not a fact. I could tell you haven't had a friend. Listen, I'm going to talk to Amby, Pookie, like as if I was her friend. Amber, you never had any friends tell you that. You never had any girlfriends tell you that. Amber, what it is you are too pushy and clingy and erratic in the beginning of relationships. This is a vocabulary channel. You act very clingy, and while there are some people that like that, I think this is absurd. I am telling you, Amber, so you know for the future, no one can have feelings for you before they met you. Stop it and get some help.
Yeah, I was like, if you mean, do I like you? Then yes, I don't want you to see anybody else. So she's like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. Why so awkward?
I don't know where I was. Like, it was 9:30 at night. Why did she video call me for 1 minute and then an hour later say, hey, and then I missed one? And then where are you? I don't know. Like, I don't know what day of the week that was, but I feel like I would have been at like work, or maybe we were like in the car and I probably answered it and was like, not really trying to talk to her because I was probably with Dana.
Stalker Lynn out here in full force. This is preposterous. Why did you, Amber, feel the need to video chat, video call, text incessantly your ex-girlfriend Destiny? She was already with the woman that she dumped you for. How does that not register for Amber? Like, these stalkerish texts show you exactly who Amber is.
I think really what she was trying to do was like be nosy and see like if anyone was talking about her while I was visiting family in Tennessee. I literally think that's what it was. Like, nobody had any questions about her. Nobody asked about her. Like, I mean, it wasn't like too many family members from Florida anyway. Like, it was me and my mom.
I feel like she was just wanting to know if your sister, her boyfriend, or any of them had asked about her.
Oh, yeah. And why would I tell her that? And then people posting our address on You Now, like, I mean, this was probably around the point where there was someone that kept ordering pizza to our apartment. And they would try to deliver it. And she was like, I didn't order this pizza.
No one ever delivered my Kermit any pizza. Look, as far as their address being posted online, this is what you get when you're a public figure and you decide to have a YouTube channel with your real name attached to it. Amby, can I call you Pookie? Deeper than that. So the reason that I kept this part in is to show you that when Destiny went to a wedding with Dana, right, to visit like Destiny's family, right, Amber actually believed that like Destiny's family would be asking about Amber. Why would they care about you? You guys broke up. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, Not surprising. Amber, do you understand the meaning of the word breakup?
Remember when she told me for the first time you were like coming to stay at the apartment, that's when she starts like you'll see it in the messages too, when she starts freaking out about how she wants to keep the apartment clean and all that. And she was not walking the dog like she was not walking Twinkie like she was supposed to.
course
She
not.
was letting, she had all the cats still. Like I hadn't taken Jax with me yet. And Jax, I don't know like what happened, but whenever we moved into the apartment, he just got to where basically he would use the litter box once, and then he just assumed the whole thing was dirty and would go where he wanted to go. You know, like, so you had to constantly keep it clean. Like I tried different litter boxes. I tried like the weird pellet kind of litter even. Like I tried so many things to get him to stop doing that because he was
just a
always
picky
going,
guy.
oh my God, it was awful. He would always go in like laundry piles. Like if there was clothes anywhere, he would always try to go in those. He went on the bed a lot. And like even Wasabi got to where he did that.
Okay, so there's your confirmation that, like straight from Destiny, that the animals were doing their business everywhere, not even in the litter box. And I suppose what's worse is that Amber was not walking Twinkie. You weren't walking Twinkie. You should have your animals taken away from you. You have done such outrageous things to them, including caused their own downfalls, and that's a nice way to say it. You see what Destiny says? Well, like, she wasn't really walking Twinkie. She was walking her sometimes. Poor Twinkie. Like, look, some people just cannot take care of animals, and that is all right. Don't have them. The sad part is that if you missed this, I don't know if you missed this, but in the video that I did about Amber's members only live stream, Amber said she's done showing her animals, and that is a very, very ominous statement.
I know.
Dude, you have no idea how freaking sad I am over Rarity.
Dude, that's so messed up. Like,
She was
what
such
do
a
you
good little
mean
baby.
you just gave up on her, though? Why would you just give up on her?
Well, obviously, well, for one, we know that she couldn't have ran after her, but still, she just didn't even, she just went back to Oklahoma and just didn't care.
Literally, like, and I mean, I forget where it was that they were, but wasn't it like snowing?
I think so. But it was like far from where Amber lives. Terrifying and heartbreaking. And it's like she doesn't even talk about it anymore.
Yeah, she's just avoiding the whole thing. Yeah.
So Amber was in Wisconsin. She, in my opinion, had a bunch of chores at Tommy's house, and the cat ran out, supposedly, according to Amber. Amber's an unreliable narrator. I don't believe anything Amber says. And Amber didn't know that she left the door open for 20 minutes. Amber had a bunch of chores that she would never, ever, ever, in my opinion, have in her own house. And she didn't want to do them. And in my opinion, she was miserable with her current ex. And so that's why that happened. On top of that, okay, so the reason that Amber doesn't talk about Rarity is because she doesn't care. Look, in my opinion, Amber will give you lots of reasons like, oh my God, I'm getting so many mean comments. You facilitate the ending of animals being with you. A lot of people feel that Rarity is adopted. I don't. I feel like Rarity is no longer with us. That's my opinion. Also, I've had to cut this video clearly for time, but Destiny goes on and on about like her roommate, the roommate that she had with Amber, and she again blames the roommate for Gracie's disappearance. And I personally, with all due respect, have to disagree. I think Amber did it, and I think that Amber told you what you wanted to hear at the time. I think Amber, even if she didn't do it, although I believe that she did, she was happy that Gracie was gone because then she could get, another cat. At the end of the day, when there is a missing cat, Amber's no far behind. Amber doesn't care about her animals. If you let your animals, this conversation that they were having right now, what it's about is that how the animals constantly went on the red couch that Destiny and Amber used to have. They went on the floor. Amber didn't care. Amber didn't pick it up. Amber didn't walk Twinkie. What a wild stretch that Amber let the cats get out. By the way, this is really, really important. Did any of you know this? That Amber Lynn had lost Rarity before? That this was not the first time that Rarity ran away? I was trying to do the trash and Rarity got out. She was outside for like 20 minutes in the pitch dark. This text message is from March 28th, 2017. Well, you're nothing but a gem, aren't you, Ambi? Can I call you Pookie? So on March 28th, 2017, Rarity got out for 20 minutes. Does that seem really suspicious to anybody? This is probably the most important part of this video. Amber said that Rarity got out for 20 minutes as well, because when she was with Tommy in Wisconsin, fast forward to 2024, Rarity got out for 20 minutes as well. There's no way this is the truth. Why would Amber constantly keep the door open, or the cat would be lost for 20 minutes? That's a very exact, deliberate number. Amber is lying. Her cat ran away from her before. I ended up getting her, but it's impossible to do the trash by yourself, so I didn't get it done. If it was just one bag, I could do it, but it's like 12 and I'm super overwhelmed. Nobody cares. Don't have cats. If anyone out there has ever drawn a line in the sand where you stop believing Amber about what she's saying about how her animals got out, here it is. If you're going to tell me that on March 28th, 2017, an exact event happened to her that repeated itself for 20 minutes again in 2024, that's how you know she's lying. This is too deliberate. Amber, all your secrets are out now. If only there was some way that this wouldn't have been released if you didn't trash Beck and Destiny for years. If only this isn't the consequences of your own actions. On top of that, and this is really important, we now know that there is, I mean, we all knew, and I think a lot of us figured, there is a very, very, very large plethora of incidents with Amber and her animals and her not being able to take care of them and not caring about them. 20 minutes each time, only your cat Rarity gets out for 20 minutes each. Right. You are unfit to have animals, which is fine because a lot of people cannot have animals. Stop doing this to animals. They deserve a good, safe home. And in my opinion, they don't have a safe home with her.
I was trying to do the trash and Rarity got out. He was outside for like 20 minutes in the pitch dark. I ended up getting her, but it's impossible to do the trash by yourself, so I didn't get it done. If it was just one bag, I could do it, but it's like 12, and I'm super overwhelmed.
Okay.
Okay.
Was she expecting you to come out there and do it?
I think this is when she was preparing for you to come visit, and when me and Dana would go over there to, like, because this whole thing's on Sunday where she wanted to go and do her things. I was like, fine, we can do these things on Sunday, but Dana's going to come with us. And I mean, that made her mad, but I was like, if you want me to take you to do these things, that's just how it's going to be. That's just what it's going to be. And I want to say that it had been a little while since we had done that because we had gotten busy. And she was like, I want to make sure, you know, the apartment's all together. And she was getting a lot of takeout food because she didn't drive. She didn't have a car. So she always had food delivered. And even though on Sundays, that was one of the main things she made me take her to do was grocery shop. And she wouldn't grocery shop for more than a week at a time.
Can you imagine begging and asking your girlfriend, ex-girlfriend Destiny, to take you to do your errands every Sunday, and your girlfriend is bringing her girlfriend? Amber, was that not a clear sign that you were in a toxic, unhealthy situation and you were imposing and being a burden to others? You were making great money. You could have obviously taken a car service to a supermarket. This is all about manipulation and control. There's another message about how Amber tries to throw it in Destiny's face that she was helping her. You or Dana told blank about me saying that her eyelash was coming off in her snap. Why would you do that? This is all irrelevant. I don't care who this is about, whatever. Like, I try so hard to be cool with you guys and help you when you needed. Buying your food, gonna pay for Cheesecake Factory, and help when you needed your electricity on, etc. Like, what did I do to constantly deserve people always talking? Oh, Ambi, what did you do? What did you do to constantly deserve? So for people always talking about me and making me seem like some horrible person when I'm not. Amber, the answer is in the question, right? Okay. Amber, why is it that the entire internet, 90% of the internet, have one opinion and have had this opinion for 12 years? I've said this many times before. When the internet is mainly wrong about you, they will change their mind. They will see themselves that you're not the person that you were portrayed to be. Here is clear what's going on, right? Okay, what I tell you to in confidence is purely just for your guys' ears and not everyone else's, blah, blah, nobody cares. So here's the thing. The bottom line in this situation is that she is constantly throwing in people's faces when she spends money on them. If you don't want to spend money on somebody, Amber, then don't. Don't throw it in their face. Don't say, I did this and this and this for you.
Sorry.
There is a lot I have to get before Beck comes, and it's like you don't even care. I have not even gotten my blanket.
What does she even mean by that? What blanket?
I don't know. Like, you know how she was. Like, she liked to have the blankets over her, like, to cover herself. So you couldn't
Oh,
see,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, she had to cover herself all the time so nobody else was looking at her ankles. She said, "There's no way this is Destiny." Because Amber would do the same thing. She would pretend to be me and text other people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
She'd do that to you? Pretend to be you, text other people?
Oh, yeah. She would do that with, like, all kinds of people, like my dad, anybody.
Yeah.
So Amber would secretly message Destiny's father pretending to be Destiny. That's healthy and a totally cool thing to do. Amber, do you feel that you should get some type of help? So why were you messaging other people pretending to be Beck and Destiny? This is not just unhealthy and creepy, but this is more than just manipulation and control. This is just absolutely weird. Like, you're a weirdly inappropriate stalker. That's all I could tell you. You're just like, how is that okay? There's no trust in relationships when you steal somebody's phone and you're texting them and you're pretending to be their, like, what did Amberlynn gain from texting Destiny's father and pretending to be like Destiny? You really need to think about how sick this is.
And, like, unless she got paid from YouTube, she didn't have any money because at this point she had been fired.
I thought she had quit.
She quit. I mean, they technically fired her because she quit
okay.
showing up, but because she quit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
she just didn't go back. All right.
More lies from the honest one. I remember Amber saying she quit her job. Yeah, but they actually fired you. Wonderful. Amber, why do you continue to tell us that you could hold down any other job than YouTube when you know that isn't true, that you'll be fired too?
Would get paid, which you'll see that eventually. When she would get paid from, like, YouTube or YouNow, she'd want me to go to the ATM and get all of it out in cash and then bring it to her.
That's ridiculous. Why would you take out your entire paycheck and you force Destiny and Beck to do the same thing for you? So here's a text message where Amberlynn starts complaining that nobody will help her. Blank and blank literally won't help me with anything. I feel like I am trapped and it's scary. Because you aren't their responsibility, says Destiny, and you're not mine either. I can't be running you around all the time. After this week, I'm done for a while. You're going to have to figure it out yourself. So Amber says, so you won't be taking me grocery shopping at all after this week? Can you imagine if it was the other way around? Amberlynn, you're 26 years old. Act like it. You know what is so wild? Pure manipulator and gaslighter. Oh, well, imagine if I did that to you. That's just the whole thing, Amberlynn. At that point, you had a normal paycheck, regular paycheck. You could have taken a car service to go grocery shopping. You chose not to. Yeah, you're nobody's responsibility. This is what I don't understand. When you got kicked out of the house, when you were an adult, by the way, so don't be coming around here saying, oh my God, her family kicked her out when she was a child. No, she was an adult. My question here is this. So your family could not live with you and be around you because they felt that you were an adult and you were not supposed to be their responsibility. You should have gotten the job, which you didn't get. You should have gotten to school, which you didn't do. So then you put this on your ex-partner. Why? Why did you put this on your ex-partner? How is it her and her new girlfriend's responsibility to take you grocery shopping? I'm going to say this again. Amberlynn Reed had a full-time job where she was earning enough to pay rent and bills, and she couldn't take a car service or she couldn't order groceries. Yeah, this was all about manipulation, trying to ruin Dana and Destiny's relationship, in my opinion.
I do everything for myself. I just don't have a car, Destiny. What do you expect from me?
Learn how to drive. You don't want to spend that kind of money on a car. Your credit is crap. You'll have to buy one flat out or go to some crap hole place that doesn't check credit and get some scrap. My car is fine, but like you said, don't want to do it. That literally offended me.
Amberlynn in 2017, 2018, 19, I do everything by myself. I do everything by myself. Okay, Amber, if you were doing everything by yourself, why did you need somebody to take you grocery shopping? Why did you need somebody to pick your hair? Why did you need somebody to take out all the money out of your bank and bring it to you? Why don't you walk or take the bus or, take an Uber to the bank and take out your own money. I don't even know what to say. I've never heard of somebody constantly having somebody else that they're dating bring money to them. The point is, you don't do anything yourself now, and you haven't in the past. And if I was Amber, I'd be terrified about what's going to happen to her when mommy's no longer here.
If Beck's family member has her baby this week, we aren't hanging out this weekend. I'm just hoping she doesn't have her baby yet. I'm seriously so sad.
That is so awful that she was not wanting my great nephew to be born.
Literally, because it was, right?
Yeah.
How long ago that was?
Yeah, that was 2017. He's like about to be 8.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
like
freaking crazy.
That's so offensive though. Like, why would you like I don't know how far along she was, but why would you want her to take longer to have a baby? Like, that's miserable.
I know. He was already overdue anyway.
Okay, this is very important. Before we get to the obvious, awful, atrocious behavior of Amber Lynn, I'm going to give you some advice. Never, ever text anyone anything that you wouldn't want to be read out in public or to be shown to others. Like, that's all I could say. Like, make sure when you're speaking to whoever is in your life, even though y'all not public figures, never ever commit anything to like a text message or a DM. This is important, that you wouldn't want others to know. Because, see, here's the thing. I'm glad that they're obviously exposing Amber Lynn, but just be mindful of what you're saying. Just because you think it doesn't mean you should say it. Some, the more you know, some pro tip advice. Like, think before you talk, because you can't just be saying every thought that comes into your head. Now, as far as Amber's atrocious behavior, nothing new here. Did I understand that this was the type of person that Amber was? Yeah, of course she wanted the baby not to be born because she needed Beck to hang out with her all weekend. She's not looking for the one. If this didn't resonate with you when I've been saying it for months, this should now. She was never looking for the one, just the one to take her to Target. She doesn't care who she's dating, as long as they can give her all the attention. So she was wishing that, the baby wasn't born because one more weekend that she could squeeze out of Beck. That's the type of person she is. And Amber, you still haven't learned not to say, like, if you're having bad thoughts and you're having atrocious thoughts, don't text them to anybody, because they will at any moment expose you. Like, there's this whole thing where, like, public figures need to be aware of that and celebrities need to be aware of that. Regular people that are not in the public eye, be aware of what you are texting to other people. Think before you text. This is a great text message. So basically, Amber says that she only gave Destiny $20 for Destiny's birthday. Yes. Yet I gave you $20 for your birthday. I'm not that bad, Destiny. Whoa, $20. Not saying I don't appreciate it, says Destiny, but I'm struggling. I only asked for more so I could do my credit card.
She held it over your head.
$20?
Whoa, $20. Not saying I don't appreciate it, but I'm struggling.
Here's a message between Destiny, Dana, and Amber. Amber says, "Where's my birthday gift? At the store. No Christmas gift either. Rude." Amber, do you understand that it is incredibly awkward, off-putting, and strange to ask for presents? That's the real her in the DMs, in the messages.
See, no, Dana, she was just trying to make Amber Lynn feel better because she didn't like dealing with Amber Lynn either.
Like, I know.
Like, she definitely, like, just tried to be, like, the buffer. So that way Amber Lynn wouldn't be, like, mad at us or going off on us. Just tried to be, like, a median type thing. Because I didn't care to make her mad. But she didn't want to deal with it. So she just, like I said, just kind of be a buffer.
Right. And I get that. But it was also kind of hard for her to be that way, too, because I remember her and Amber fighting sometimes, too. And it's because Amber would just, be Amber. And then Dana would try to be as nice as she could. And then she just couldn't anymore. She'd snap.
Yeah, because Dana's a very not confrontational person. Like, she doesn't do that kind of thing. So, like, when Amber Lynn would just get to that point with her, she would just go off. And it would get nasty, yeah.
Absolutely everything that Amber shows on her channel is a fake, and everything she says is a lie. She said for years how amazing Dana was, how this was one of her best friends, and really, in truth, we actually heard how Dana felt. And I understand, because I'm sure somebody will say this in the comments. Yeah, like, people fight with their friends. I get it. But what I'm trying to get at is Amber serves a narrative that Never Happened magazine didn't even write. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, nothing that you say is true, Amber. I remember for years you saying how much you love Dana, how she's your bestie. None of this is true.
But see, that's the thing with Amber. She can really bring that out in anybody.
Anybody. Like, the gentlest soul. Like, I mean, when we were living with my mom, I had never seen my stepdad ever get angry. Like, he never even yelled at us when we were little. And he would get so frustrated with her. Like, just the tension that she, like, put in that house. Like, between her and my mom. And just between all of us. You know, like, she just made everything so hectic.
Oh my God, yeah. She would make the tension so bad that it would be like walking on eggshells around everybody.
Yes.
That's what would happen with the boys when they would fight. Like, they would not talk for weeks.
More lies from Amber Lynn, who continuously said that her roommates, Eric and Ricky, were her best friends and everything was amazing between them. You wouldn't talk for weeks, Amber? How convenient you chose not to say this to us. Also, that whole story that basically Destiny is talking about, where Amber created such bad tension with her mother and the stepfather really could not be around Amber or whatever happened, and like there was so much tension. Yeah, this is why she lives alone. I don't see how you're ever going to be in a successful relationship, Amber. The thing is, there are difficult people out there. For me, what I feel about this is that all of Amber's lies are coming home to Kermit. You know, all your chickens are coming home to roost, Amber. Pathological lies revealed.
And it would be like walking on eggshells in that house.
Ugh.
And it's
And
like,
that's
I
awful.
would not be allowed to talk to them. They would not be allowed to talk to me because her and the boys were fighting.
Oh my God. Like, you know, like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, it felt awful, honestly.
There's a bunch of text messages where Amber tries to teach Destiny how to save money. This is hysterical for a person that has no credit cards. Amber has said this before. Has no credit, doesn't own a house. And by the way, I don't think that everybody should own a house. I'm just trying to say that with the millions, not million, millions of dollars that Amber Lynn has made from YouTube, you would think that she would put money away to do something. But she's still like paycheck to paycheck because she doesn't save money. So it's hysterical for her to try to teach somebody else. There's also a lot of really tone deaf moments where she doesn't understand why Destiny is sad on a day of her mother's birthday. It's typical Ambi.
He said that I was like doing too much for the kids and I wasn't giving her enough attention, which was that was hard. And she understood that too. But she was like, we don't have to do these things for the kids. You just want to. And it's like we never got any time to ourselves or anything. So
Right, but they also needed you. They were kids.
yeah. And I mean, it was really just that was staying with us. It wasn't all of them.
Yeah.
And that's just because he couldn't go with either of his parents. Like they didn't know what to do with him. They treated him like crap. So we had him.
Right.
And I mean, what was I supposed to say? She was like, well, you don't give me the attention I deserve because you're always worried about them. But like at that point, like I was letting her go and do stuff all the time with her friends. Like, I mean, not letting her, like I never let her or anything. Like,
right, but she was going.
I was like she was always just like making plans with her friends and going and doing the things. So that just left me to do whatever we were gonna do.
Right.
So like it didn't make a lot of sense to me. I think she was making an excuse, honestly. And so there was that whole thing. And I was like, fine, you want us to spend time together? Let's go to Knoxville. And because we got that stimulus check, it still wasn't that expensive of a hotel room. But we went and stayed at a hotel and just kind of spent like the weekend together. Like we went around, went out to eat. So the fact that she threw that in my face that we were going to Knoxville, but she didn't know all of it. Yeah.
Right.
It's just annoying that I give you $300 for Christmas. I gave both of you money for your birthdays, etc., and you get me nothing. You didn't even tell me happy birthday. Added friendship. Dana shouldn't be here. The surprise. Then when I go to tell you how I feel, you get mad at me. Becky and I were simply just saying we want to go to a cabin with y'all. We are giving you 4 months in advance.
So that's the type of person Amber is. She gives you $300 for your birthday, and if you can't afford to give her something back that is similar or just didn't, or whatever the situation may have been, she's going to hold it over your head. I would encourage you to go and watch the full video. Obviously, I'm not going to, upload the entire video. There's certain things that I couldn't get into due to restrictions from certain TOS things, but what I will tell you is this. The thing that really bothers me that we discussed today is the cat situation, the Rarity, how she treated Rarity. So she already lost Rarity, and supposedly for 20 minutes each. Yeah, there's something very sinister and suspicious going on there. I think she wanted to get rid of Rarity. That is my opinion, not a fact. Thoughts, comments, questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Go check out Beck and Destiny's channel. Everything is linked below. Check out this other video that's popping up here on a similar topic. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time. Bye.